I want to speak about Spider-Man 4 and talk about the details, the plot of this film, and also give out my exact theories on how I think this movie is going to be playing out. So let me set the groundwork for everybody here so you guys can understand where I am coming from. WandaVision was a show that led straight to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness because we saw what led towards Wanda becoming Scarlet Witch, and she was the main villain for the Multiverse of Madness. It also showed why she has such an obsession on having a life with her kids. She even made a whole reality that was made by her. And in the movie of the Multiverse of Madness, Wanda wanted to steal America Chavez's power so she can reunite with her sons, which is Billy and Tommy. And that is why the Multiverse of Madness movie was created. It was a culmination of Wanda and Doctor Strange creating incursions, which is also going to lead to Doctor Strange 3. Now let's talk about the Marvels. WandaVision and Miss Marvel, the show, was all connected to the movie, which was again the Marvels. And it was a culmination of three heroes finally uniting. Three heroes that possessed the same powers to the point where they were all entangled. Ms. Marvel had the bangles that Kree wanted, which also does give connections to Captain Marvel. And once that movie was over, it was extended yet again, very similar to Multiverse of Madness. It was extended because Monica Rambeau is now in a different universe. So we do have Doctor Strange creating incursions and we have Monica Rambeau in a different universe. You guys see the consistencies that is going on here. You have shows that connect to a movie and that movie gets extended because another storyline is created. And I believe the same thing is going to happen with Spider-Man 4. Many sources have been claiming that Echo and Daredevil will serve as part of the story for Spider-Man 4. It's going to be a culmination yet again. Now let's not expect to hear any Spider-Man references through these two shows, which is again Echo and Daredevil. But once we do see Spider-Man 4 in about 2 or 3 years, we'll see elements from the previous shows that we will be watching in the future, which is again Echo and Daredevil. Is the exact same game plan that Marvel had with the Marvels, WandaVision, and Ms. Marvel, and also WandaVision with the Multiverse of Madness. There's continuity, and in that culmination film, it gets extended. That does deal with the multiverse, hence why we call this the Multiverse Saga. So if you guys were wondering what is Spider-Man 4 going to be about, it says here to My Cosmic Circus on Twitter that Marvel Studios will reportedly adapt the Devil's Reign story arc from the comics for their upcoming projects, which is including Echo, Daredevil Born Again, and the final film, Spider-Man 4, which also strengthens my theory that this is the way that Marvel is going to be tackling Spider-Man 4. And if you guys are wondering, what is the Devil's Reign story arc all about? And you can check this out on the Marvel.com website, but the way that they explained the Devil's Reign is like this, and they explain it the best, and so this is what they said. Wilson Fisk has risen from kingpin of crime to mayor of the biggest city in America, meaning that Wilson Fisk puts himself in a position of power, and once he does get into that position of power, he is going to bring his full criminal and political power to bear on the superheroes in the New York City. And this is going to be Kingpin's story arc through these 3 projects. He's going to start out as a crime leader, maybe in Echo, most likely, because if you guys have seen the trailers, you can see that he is in that position. He's going to be starting off there. And then through Daredevil Born Again and through Spider-Man 4, he becomes the mayor of New York City. So we will be seeing him rise to power through these projects. Daredevil is also going to be getting to his best version. The story arc for him is going to be going stronger and stronger because he will also feature in the series of Echo, which ultimately does lead to, again, Spider-Man 4, and you have Spider-Man and Daredevil team up to take on the Kingpin. I don't know if Echo is going to make it until Spider-Man 4 and play a huge role, but as of now, the main protagonist is going to be Spider-Man and Daredevil. And through these projects, we also have to keep in mind that no one knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man because of the way that No Way Home, Spider-Man 3, ended. So Peter is going to go to Spider-Man 4 with a reset. He's going to have to figure out how to fight crime, keep his identity safe, and balance his hero life with his personal life, which should be very interesting. Cryptic 4K Quality also wanted to talk about more of what Spider-Man 4 is going to be about, and this is what the source have claimed, and I quote, Spider-Man 4 is reportedly described as a street-level Civil War film that is going to be featuring Kate Bishop, Jessica Jones, and Echo, who may appear in the film. So I really don't know the route that Marvel is going to be taking regarding the storyline of Echo and how she is going to be by Spider-Man 4, because who knows, maybe by that time Echo is with Kingpin and working alongside with Kingpin. Yes, we know that the comics do say something different, but Marvel want to always change the storyline to be very unpredictable. Or we may see Echo just be with Spider-Man. It can go either way. Echo's in the side of either Kingpin or with Spider-Man. So most likely we are going to be seeing a versus battle, but Daredevil and Spider-Man will be the main focal point of that film. It's going to be a very grounded story and it's going to be amazing. We want to see a storyline like this. But remember, like I have said in the two examples of the Multiverse of Madness and Ms. Marvel, it's going to be a culmination, and in the end, something multiversal is going to happen because it has to serve to the story of Avengers Secret Wars. It just has to. Spider-Man 4 is going to be so close to the opening of Secret Wars, and it even says here, according to Daniel RPK, who is a very reliable source, he has claimed that Spider-Man 4, starring Tom Holland and Zendaya, will reportedly start filming in 2025, meaning that they take about 4 months to film the movie, and they start like, let's say in February, and then you add another 6 months of post-production, reshoots, whatever, special effects. Most likely that film will not be released until December 2026, almost in 2027. So it will definitely come after Avengers 5, but before Avengers 6. Now look, things could change. Maybe Marvel might announce in about 2 or 3 months that Avengers 5 gets pushed to 2027 or 2028, and then Avengers 6 comes out in 2029. We don't know. But as of now, based off the details that we know ourselves, Spider-Man 4 is going to come out after Avengers 5, but before Avengers 6. And most likely in the post-credit scene, it's either going to come down to two things. And again, I'm theorizing. I'm not saying that this is something true. I'm just theorizing based off the information that we have been given. Most likely we could see Ms. Marvel, who did approach also Kate Bishop. They're both going to be informing Spider-Man about the incident that happened with Monica Rambeau and her going to a different universe, and tell Spider-Man that, you know, this is going on and we have to do something about it. And then Spider-Man gets informed that incursions are happening. That leads towards Avengers 6. Or we could see the Venom symbiote come into play, having an encounter with Spider-Man, and realize that that symbiote is not from that universe, which leads towards Tom Holland's Spider-Man getting the symbiote finally. And he has the symbiote up and ready for the Avengers 6 storyline. Because remember, in Secret Wars, Spider-Man does have the black suit, the symbiote suit, and then you also have more continuity from there. Once you do wrap up the Secret Wars storyline, you go into Spider-Man 5, and it's all about him dealing with the symbiote. And most likely Spider-Man 5 could come out after Secret Wars, just like how Spider-Man Far From Home came out after Avengers Endgame. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you guys do have any questions or any other videos that you would like me to make, put it down in the comment sections down below, and I'll see what I can make from there.